Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And welcome to Sofa Reviews. Today, to celebrate a whole year of Sofa Reviews, we're watching Batman Forever.
Released in 1995, it replaces the dark and gothic style of Tim Burton with a new one imagined by Joel Schumacher.
It starts off and things are looking good, until they start talking.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
We cut to Two-Face, who's talking to a guard he's taken hostage.
After showing us the ugly side of his face, because purple equals ugly, he throws the guy into a vault.
Batman arrives in front of the bank and meets with Commissioner Gordon and Dr. Chase Meridian.
The second bank of Gotham on the...
Second anniversary of the day I captured him.
How could Two-Face resist?
So he's Calendar Man now?
Gordon explains that she's there as a psychiatrist to help with Two-Face.
I read your work. Insightful. Naive, but insightful.
No, dickhead. It can't be naive and insightful. They're practically opposites.
And ignoring the criminal that's taken a hostage, Chase decides to slow things down by psychoanalyzing Batman.
In a world where normal rules of right and wrong no longer apply.
Exactly.
Like you.
He's actually just really into cosplay.
Finally, Batman decides it's time to do his job and leaves her in mid-sentence.
By the way, do you have a first name or do I just call you Bats?
You shut your filthy whore mouth is what you do.
Batman goes up in a lift, which Two-Face's goons fire at.
Of course he was hiding on the roof, and so we go to our first fight scene.
He deals with the goons in a slow, clumsy and poorly edited fight scene.
And so Batman goes to rescue his new sidekick, Captain Obvious. Once a mild-mannered security guard, he was bitten by a radioactive explanation of the blatantly obvious, and now has the power to never shut the fuck up.
Oh no! Oh no!
Two-Face has somehow teleported into his helicopter, which he uses to carry the vault out of the bank.
Okay, A, not really sure that you won't be able to open it from the inside, surely they're designed to keep people out, not keep people in. And B, it's a good thing Captain Obvious had a hearing aid, otherwise Batman would be totally screwed. Perhaps he should invest in a variety of tools, maybe on a belt.
Batman somehow manages to perfectly swing the vault back into its position, before he flies off on the helicopter into the green screen.
Two-Face crashes the helicopter into a giant sign, which somehow allows Batman to teleport to the top of the helicopter.
And for some reason he isn't even affected by the helicopter's rotors.
After shooting the pilot for no particular reason, Two-Face locks the helicopter controls.
They're heading straight towards the Statue of Liberty? In Gotham City?
I guess Bruce Wayne just has money to waste at this point.
The helicopter explodes and Batman manages to escape, meaning we can cut to a shitty CGI city.
Here we see Bruce Wayne visiting an office, and so also get to meet Edward Nygma.
He decides to explain to Bruce his invention, which allows someone's brain to feel like it's actually inside the TV show.
But before he can deal with this clearly unstable guy, he gets called away by the bat signal.
As he's rushing away, Edward demands an answer, to which he gets a no.
But he deals with it quite well.
You were supposed to understand. I'll make you understand.
So Bruce goes to his room and uses his secret tunnel.
Chair.
He didn't think there might be a chance that someone would say the word chair.
Batman races to the signal, finding that instead of Commissioner Gordon, it's Dr. Meridian waiting for him.
Good work, you skank. You helped create the Riddler.
She has a pretty pathetic excuse for using the signal and then immediately starts coming on to him in a longer than necessary scene.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's a sign that you're an idiot.
She even starts touching him up, allowing us to see that he actually has rubber nipples.
Luckily, Gordon shows up, allowing Batman to run away from the woman.
Back with Edward, and he stayed late at work to work on his invention.
His boss stayed back as well, for some reason.
So now Edward indulges in some illegal human testing on his unwilling boss.
Well, it was either that or hand his notice in, and nobody likes paperwork.
He activates the machine and it actually works, allowing his boss to go fishing.
It's never explained why Edward is also hooked up to the machine, but this reveals it allows him to drain people's brainwaves.
This means that he's smarter now and he decides to kill his boss.
You can tell he's smarter because he's left his prototype on the head of the guy he's throwing out of a building.
Luckily, he takes the helmet off, allowing him to plunge to his death.
This means he now needs to get his revenge on Bruce Wayne because...
After that fairly weak origin story, we then get a random news show in the background telling us Two-Face's origin story.
So Batman was just sat there in court. And how bad can this acid be if it's blocked by paper?
Bruce gets called back to the office due to the death of the boss.
We also get to see Edward looking innocent.
I found this in my cubicle. You'll find the handwriting matches his exactly, as does sentence structure and spelling.
For some reason, he isn't immediately arrested, and they just think it's suicide.
Pretty cut and dry.
I love that he put my suicide. Well, I'm going to kill myself, but I wouldn't want people to be confused or inconvenienced by this.
Yep, definitely suicide.
Bruce goes back to his desk to find a riddle. Seems Nigma was busy that night.
We then see Edward go back to his crappy apartment. Clearly part of the reason that Bruce Wayne is a billionaire is that he doesn't pay his staff very well.
We see him making another riddle, being sure to cover it in DNA evidence and fingerprints.
In fact, seeing how this clear nut job lives, it's amazing he got a job in the first place.
The next day, Bruce visits Dr. Meridian, breaking down her door when it sounds like she's in trouble.
To be fair, he had an appointment. Why would you be working out just before that?
For some reason, she doesn't notice he sounds like a lot like a person she met the night before who was wearing a bat suit, and he shows her the riddles.
He's obsessed with you. His only escape may be to purge the fixation.
To kill me.
Or have disappointing sex with you,
After some stilted and awkward conversation, Bruce invites Dr. Meridian to the circus.
which is where we get to meet our final character for the film, Robin.
While the show is going on, Bruce invites Dr. Meridian to go rock climbing. I understand and like the idea that Bruce uses rock climbing as an explanation as to why he's absent most of the time and receives certain injuries as a cover for his Batman activities. But why would he actually go?
I'd like to.
Except that I hate rock climbing, I hate your face, and I'm busy being a massive slut.
Because we need an action scene, Two-Face shows up and takes the circus hostage.
He sets up a bomb as Edward watches on, really enjoying it for some reason.
Two-Face assuming that because there are rich people there, they must know who Batman is.
Really? You'd give up your secret identity that easily?
While this is all going on, Bruce Wayne decides to beat up some goons, while the Graysons take care of the bomb.
They can't reach it, however, and so Two-Face just shoots them down.
Dick manages to get the bomb and throws it away, exploding harmlessly in the water.
Of course, the bomb was raised perfectly to allow him to do this, so I don't know what the family were planning to do, even if they had been able to reach the bomb.
So as Dick is still meant to be a kid and his parents are dead, they just give him to a local billionaire.
Well, if you've got a secret identity and a hidden base, the thing you really want is a kid running around.
However, the moment the police leave, Dick explains that he's not going to stay with Bruce.
You got a fix on Two-Face? I don't want to kill him.
Killing Two-Face won't take the pain away. It'll make it worse.
How? I understand that it won't fix anything, but how would it make it worse?
Bruce convinces Dick to get some fuel from his garage before he heads off.
And it's here that Dick makes the shocking discovery: rich people have a lot of stuff.
All the old bikes are enough to convince Dick to stay.
We then see that Bruce Wayne spends his spare time staying at home thinking about his parents' death, rather than fighting crime or something useful.
Anyway, we then cut to some tedious foreshadowing.
Is this a Robin?
No, it's a helmet.
My brother's wire broke once. I swung out and grabbed him. My father said I was his hero. I flew in like a robin.
Are Robins known for flying in to save people? Surely he could have gotten a better name like Eagle or Hawk.
So we abandon a pitiful attempt at character development to go to a pointless action scene.
Two-Face appears having somehow set up an ambush while Batman was driving along.
After driving in crab mode to avoid the rocket, they go off on a chase.
Batman drives off, just leaving Two-Face behind.
It seems the Batmobile is bulletproof. Maybe we should shoot it more.
Batman gets chased into a dead end, only to use the Batmobile to drive up a wall.
So he's prepared a gadget to be able to drive up a wall, but nothing to try and capture someone who's standing outside of the car.
Anyway, Batman drives off, leaving the bad guys to explode, leading to our first meeting of Two-Face and the Riddler.
As he's broken into the secret base of a homicidal maniac, he almost gets executed. Good to see he's still a genius.
He manages to persuade Two-Face to let him live long enough to explain his plan.
I simply love what you've done with this place. Heavy metal meets house and garden. Ha ha ha! Beautiful. It's so dark and gothic and disgustingly decadent. Yet so bright and chipper and conservative.
Yeah, because when I first saw that outfit, I marvelled at how conservative it was.
All this talk from the Riddler is pointless, as it comes down to a coin toss from Two-Face, which leads to their crime spree.
It's a good thing Bruce Wayne is busy thinking about his dead parents or off rock climbing, because otherwise Batman might have stopped all of this.
The crime spree gives Riddler enough money that he can start his business, building a giant machine that allows him to drain the brains of all of Gotham.
Because you can manufacture a product very quickly, get everyone in a city to buy it almost instantly, and buy your own island without anyone becoming suspicious.
Meanwhile, Dick uses some acrobatics to get into the only locked door in Wayne Manor.
And what mysteries will Dick discover when he stumbles into the Batcave?
And will Batman finally get off his ass and stop the crime spree?
Be prepared. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.